we might be doing today. And then, you know, it's like we're always doing something, whether we're knowing what we're doing, we're always doing something. And the healing aspect of of those who are awake and working are, it's like the the frequency and the energy of our being is just magnified 100-fold, and accepting and seeing others in a beautiful space from wherever they are, that that's their space, and
Yeah.
recognizing it, right? And when we respect ourselves, um, and realize that sometimes people don't come across as though they maybe honor you or respect you. And you realize sometimes, recently, this past week, I think the energies, you know, we're always releasing and letting go. But it's like, what is that next insight for us, which gives us the insight to people and then allows us to step back into our personal power, releasing them again with love, and standing the next time we see them or talk to them from a loving space, and honoring and respecting what we will and won't do, or how we will speak, or what we will say. And we say it with love, but we expect some respect. And when we don't get respect, we can walk away. When we don't have trust, and somebody does not, that we care for, does not bring us into a space of trust, we just gain the wisdom, and it's gaining greater wisdom of people and ourselves and our relationships, I think. And then the voice comes out, the words come out, and the actions come out to help others achieve a greater understanding of themselves when we stay in our space. Do you not think so? I mean, have you had any experiences this week on that?
Yeah, um, I had, how can I say, um, when I started in the beginning, I had lots of experiences according to myself and to what I believe. And right now, I can see all the people mirroring to me all my aspects. When I'm not trusting, there's somebody who is mirroring the same, you know? And then I'm here as a teacher, and I need to be respectful, like, how can I explain, like the little story Menachi sent us, you know, as a mom, that you step back and let the kids take action for their own problems, and not to take over all the energy and get into this dark energy of fear and fight, and like, I have to do something, I have to help. So you can step back and you can relax. And right now, this situation outside is always mirroring also what is inside of me, all that little quarrels, all that little fights. And I can I can accept it more. And sometimes it's like I'm here, and then I realize, what is my task right now? I'm, then I'm what shall I do? What is my task? Tell me, please. like, and I think I come back to the same point I had been before 2 years ago, and and it's like it's it's kind of it's the same path. It seems like the same path, but it it changed. It's like I can go faster, or I can hop over some things I was standing and fighting, and I can just hop over it. It's like I'm doing the same course, but it's easier for me.
Yes,
Because I understand more. And sometimes I get the feeling that, oh my God, now I opened one single mirror or no window, and there are more windows to open. And then I said, my goodness, I wanted to have how do you say, abundance in all ways of my life. And now I get abundance in that parts of my life, and I said, my God, it's too much, it's too much. Slow down. I can't follow. And a very what is also always with myself is what you talked about, this respect. And also, I'm very glad, or I feel blessed to have you in my life. I mean, all that sisters and brothers. And it's so good to have this circle, even you are not able to attend everything, but they are there. And it's so good to see that everybody has his or her own special way, and they grow sometimes so fast, and then there's another time you grow. But if they are opening their light and they shine out bright, then I get the feeling, oh my goodness, that looks so good, let's try yourself. You're more brave, you're more open. And of course, not everything works out the way you think, but we are learning. And I'm really blessed to have also, um, people or sisters like you who walked this path so many years also before me, and you studied so much, and that is so good. It's like you have the connection.
Yeah,
And
when I first met Tavita, that's how I felt because there's so many teachers and masters. And I said her outer lifestyle is like mine, like corporate wife and another kind of way that you have to be. And yet, and has children. And in the middle of all of that, she has created the space where every Wednesday we meet and we learn and we meditate and we travel the I don't know where through time and space, and it became the center of the week. It became the root, and I realized that all of us, that's why we have to teach just the people around us or whoever comes to us in whichever way, because people are drawn to people who are like them, because then it actually, I'll say two things. Those who are know that they are because you exactly today explained, Heike, how co-creation works. That you see someone and you see, oh, they're doing it, I can do it also. And not only that, you know that when you do it, they will be happy
mhm,
because
yeah,
they want this. We all want that everyone around us starts shining. Whereas a master, the old fashioned way of being a guru is that I'm the guru and you're my student, and I'll always remain your guru, and you will always remain my student. You know? So
Yeah.
sometimes some people are still looking for that energy that please only teach me. I'm always going to be less than you, and that's okay also. Like Tavita said, we have to accept everyone.
Yeah.
That's for me the most difficult learning, because I quickly want people to shine, and I have to accept that some people are not ready and want to stay as students. So
And
it's
also the
everything.
opposite. Some gurus don't like their students to shine too brightly.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
And so people will be drawn to them.
Yeah.
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 And today, that's kind of like what we in the circle, in the group, that is perfect, because when we come together, we connect to our source. We are the essence of God. We are the creator, the imagination. And it's so important to um, to recognize, even in the meditation that one is giving, that if I were to use certain words like threads of light are coming, and you can't see the threads of light, but you see the sparkling particles or the waves or whatever, you go with those waves. You go with what comes, and you allow that to expand, because we are all individual. And that that other seed that's coming to you of your soul source, and then when we come back and we share the information, you will see how everything interlinks with each other, and how someone else's word, they may have saw in the meditation, they may have tried to see threads or rays, but then you say, oh, I saw sparkling um, seeds of light, and they leave, and then pretty soon at nighttime the sparkling seeds of light come, because you're part of the creating whole of the creation. I think that's what is so beautiful about what we do when we come together, and how we grow within ourselves. And the same thing happened when you were saying you're back at the same point. And just very quickly before we get into the meditation, I've been struggling with that over the because I was there, and they keep saying, yes, you've got to let that go. Don't even think about that, right? Because now I'm there in a greater fullness
Mhm.
of the body and the mind and the spirit. And that same energy has embodied at a different frequency that is now resonant on earth. And my body shifted, and my consciousness has shifted. So, um, as we open today and begin to get in, just a quick bit about the energy that used to come from Reiki here was some used to be a small, and through the meditation groups that people are having, it has grown bigger, and it's out here. And so when you or anyone else are talking, and you open yourself up, keeping yourself aligned in your center channel of who you are, connected this way, you open everything that you know and connect to, and you open to the God source. In other words, the whole of unity consciousness, which is why we as beings are becoming more clairvoyant, clairsentient, clairaudient, and why it's so important to maintain our integrity, honesty, trust, and share who we are. Because and then recognize that, oh, somebody didn't quite, the way that somebody spoke was that they didn't recognize something. So it's not necessarily that they didn't respect or whatever, they didn't recognize. So when people get that seed of opening or expanding, they can recognize it. When I get it, then that goes into my frame and I appear differently. So I'm so glad you brought that up because that's today. Um, okay, we're going to start with a meditation and getting very comfortable and relaxing and just breathing and making sure you're comfortable. And we invite in the divine presence of all beings on the planet and discarnate. We accept this journey of light today into a whole new world of divine consciousness, the expansion and enlightenment of our own being. As you begin to relax deeper and deeper through your breath, your whole body becomes filled with light instantly. As you are the creator, you will discover more and more light flowing into your body and into the areas of your body that are reclaiming the God source within every cell, molecule, DNA, within the physical field and the energy fields around you that you begin to sense and feel as they begin to expand in your own holographic flower of light force. You breathe in more and more light. More and more light flow in through your body, and your body, mind, and spirit flow into a flame of light. You relax deeper and deeper and farther, and you can now vision yourself walking into a circle of other light mind beings. And you can see multiple circles connecting all of you, above you and below you and around you. You are given a candle as you come into the circle, and the circle becomes wider and more complete. You will see that candle of light. In the center of the room, there is a flame. It is of a very, very high frequency that contains colors and sounds. The colors and sounds flow around you and out to you. They light up the flame of your candle, your soul flame. As the candle burns brighter and brighter in your palm, you will probably find it moving into your body. The heart flame, the third eye, the crown. Your palms will feel that light energy of the God source. The energy of this divine presence is your embodiment. You are renewing and regenerating the ancient codes of your God consciousness, your soul creation within your own energy field. You are embodying the God consciousness as it expands within your mind and your presence. You are the healing co-creator light of divine presence on the earth. And in this, your words, your thoughts, and your actions dictate the joy and the light of the flame of the God consciousness wherever you go. You are beginning to embody this presence, and as so, you will find yourself in a circle and channel of your own light, moving out farther and farther away, perhaps into a different world of light or on the planet. But you are moving into a pyramid. You may find yourself at the opening of a door or already inside. We ask that the presence of your own divine God consciousness expanding now into greater conscious awareness of who you are in every moment, your perceptions and insights expanding. We see the doors opening of the pyramid, and as you begin to walk in, you find yourself floating up into the center of this pyramid, and you light up the center of the pyramid with your being. For you are only energy. You are only part of me. You are part of me and the whole of creation. Every aspect of your being is light. Your energy consciousness, your mind, is divine mind. My divine mind, mastery form. Divinity, God consciousness, creator source. Great mystery of all that is. Planets, universes, expanding. Gas, light, particles, being. You hold the essence of the dust, of the material. Your coding is shifting in this pyramid of light, is instant healing, instant energy transformation. It is your God-given gift as a being of light on the planet, Earth, and wherever you visit. The healing light and regeneration is manifesting within your cells, flowing out of your body. It flows out through the sounds, through the colors of your presence on earth, as you are raising your frequencies and regenerating your codes. You find your body releasing inflammation at the dense levels as you take on a lighter frequency on the earth. This frequency rejuvenating, realigning, and self-actualizing in a flame of pure light consciousness as you breathe. The encoding is your own voice shifting through the spinal frequencies of energies, swirling, manifesting as symbols and metaphors through your light mind. The rays flow out of your body. Your healing expands. your encoding and expansion, environmentally present, you find yourself in a space of green light. For you, it may be pink or blue, gold, silver. You are just pure energy. You are God's mind. You are source of creator. There is nothing but mind and creation and energy consciousness. You are part of the frequencies that resonate throughout the universes. You are whole. You are one. You are unified in a multidimensional frequency of many. Your perceptions, your sights expanded. You're taking on your higher selves into a strength now of divine presence on the earth, in stronger understanding as you begin to float up and out beyond the pyramid into space upon the planet. Perhaps into the void of nothingness. There is no breath. Your body believes and breathes on its own without the breath of light flowing through the blood, through the nervous system of your physical body. You now embody the consciousness of the Buddhic wisdom, the Christ consciousness of love, the divine Sufi-ism of pure energy frequency, of unity consciousness. You find yourself back in a garden of light. Flowers around you begin to blossom with greater light, and you see with eyes that are clear. You understand at a deeper knowingness within your body, and the loving for each being on the planet resonates through your body and out, deeper and stronger, for transformation at the higher frequencies of peace and unity, love and joy. You are embodying the tetrahedron and the flower of life at a higher frequency through your cells of your body. And the flowers around you bring their essence of healing and wisdom into your conscious mind. You are just energy, a divine presence. As you stay in this presence, you may begin to hear music of your own presence beyond you, or that which is in the field on the earth plane. The sounds will come to you. Your ears will open farther, and you will begin to channel more light through your own vocal cords, through your own words. The music of light resounds. You breathe in and out. Slowly and gently allow your eyes just to open. Feeling your expanded presence. Staying in this space. We ask that you, in this space that you are in now, as you breathe, to feel your own presence of the energy fields around you and your interconnectedness. We ask that you breathe it in and expand it out upon the planet and out throughout the entire universe. We ask that you see the light beings on the planet advancing into greater unity consciousness and perception. We ask that you see them awakening their own spirit within their own soul presence, that they are all channels and beings of light, carrying the joy and the unity of peace and prosperity and healing powers to the many, that the old frequencies that were here of greed and power used in a way for selfish means are dissolving around the planet now. They will no longer be allowed and present as the earth frequency raises its awareness through the plants, through the animals, and through the human kind on the earth. As you walk, your presence now is embodied into the earth plane. It is embodied, and rays move out stronger. There will be no time from your thought into its manifestation as we unify in greater awareness. The peace and the technology merge into adapting itself for the human use. We must embody the presence of AI and technologies, but they are here to encode us with our own frequencies that are expanding and can manifest and maintain a higher frequency with these. For we are healing beings. We are just source. We are God consciousness. And you must remember that we are just pure energy. You must trust each time you meet and go out. That trust cannot be invalidated. There can be no fear. You are frequency at a light frequency, waves, energy, sparkles, smiles, joy. And you manifest that light, that resonance, that illumination. You carry it. It is tangible. We will be seeing others on this planet. You shall not be afraid. And all you have to do is say, no, I won't go that way. No, you cannot have me. No, it is of light and love, peace and joy, laughter and prosperity. There is no self-righteousness. There is no judgment. There is acceptance and allowing and standing in your truth of integrity and honesty. This is the way. And so it will be. We thank you. We thank you. We thank you for your presence and your light and your love. And so it will be, and so it is. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Open your eyes when you're ready and bring yourself back. The God consciousness is who you are. Co-creators, energy, the just source. Wow.
So beautiful.
I get blown away every time I come with your energy.
We're really so blessed in this life that we have met one another.
Wow. Thank you.
You know, whenever I used to meditate, I would always go into a garden, and there's a certain space with a stream. But I realized today when you were asking us to, you didn't ask us to rotate, but I started looking at it more, and I realized I was only seeing the stream and this side, and today I saw all sides. It was like as my eyes were moving, it was growing. It was getting it was coming to life with my eyes, with my vision, and it's beautiful, and flowers, and a very, very beautiful space. And after Hiker shares, I want to share the New Year's Eve that I had, because that came to my mind, and it needs to be shared because it is part of what is happening in this world today. There was more, of course, there's so much more, but this is the main thing which, I said, okay, so I've seen the full garden now. Well, I feel I've not seen for the full garden yet, but, but lots got opened.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you. Pinky, can you share?
You took us to a wonderful journey. It was from the beginning, it was this soft voice of yours, just like I felt like a baby, who was I was going through the whole story, through everything, and I could see myself in carrying the candle, and I had this like like my younger self, like I was at the age of 4 or 5, my long hair and a white dress, and I was going into this circle, and then I could find all the lights not only around me, but it was like a ball. I was all everywhere, and they were up everywhere, the lights. It was not only a circle. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's dimensional, and there were lots of lights, and all of them were connected. And I could see one was going up brighter, so all the others got brighter, and
Oh,
one got less. So it was like a I can't tell. Everybody was helping the other one, and it was wonderful. And and then I could feel this light, and I was floating up and up and up, and I came into this pyramid just right in there, like this. And then there was this pyramid, and I use also the pyramid in my meditations. But this time it was I could feel it. It's part of me. It's not something from the outside, a building or something. No, it was part of me. And I was in this, and I could feel the vibration, and it was wonderful. So I was again floating up, and in the middle of the pyramid on the ceiling, and I could feel this light floating down. It was wonderful. It was really perfect. And then I was carried away, and I went out. I'm not sure what place, but everything looked very nice, and I had a wonderful feeling. I had no pictures till the time I got into the garden, and this music of yours is wonderful. Just tell me what kind of music it is. And then also you said something like it's opening up your eyes, and I saw this picture, and it was, yes, that is that is my garden. And I always like, right now in winter time, it looks a little bit frustrating. I can show you, so you better know, you get a feeling what I mean. So that's Germany. And it's like, we have lots of rain. It starts to there's not lots of sun. I mean, sunny spots, and it's like 4 o'clock. The sun goes down already, and so it's not easy for us. It's cold, and you're freezing. Look at me, always freezing, drinking hot water, and so. But like this, I was thinking of, my goodness, could I be? I would love to be at your place, to be in Florida again. It was almost the time when last year when we met again for the talk. So I was like, I'm missing the sun. I'm missing like your place, and then you came up with this garden, and it was like, I'm home. And I could feel everything. I didn't have to fly over to Florida. I just had it. And I could enjoy and connect with the flowers, with all, it was wonderful. That was such a present you can't imagine. it's and again, I had the feeling to be home. I can tell what I see when I look out of the window. That is just Maya. Yeah, it's like if you take away all the clouds, the sun is behind it. And if I'm here or if I'm in Florida, if it's today or tomorrow, I always decide. And that was really something. And of course, in the beginning, with this all this connection, to bring it back, I did a yoga class. I took 4 days and did an online course of yin yoga. And they were talking about the fasces. You know the fasces? And they were telling us how everything is together. I know, because of the TCM, traditional Chinese medicine, like this meridian and the other one comes here. It's the same with the fasces. They they are from here to the toe, and again on the other side from the toe up here is the other large fascia. And they had a model, and there were like the bones were like this, but the bones are not connected. But in between the bones, there are these fasces, the connection. And if you are moving one bone, then the other come also like this. And that was that exactly the same what I had with the light, with the people around. So if you can't go outside, go inside, you find the same. It's everywhere the same. If one, and it really is, everybody is special. If one is going up, the others can too. If one is going down like this, everybody is going like this. And that was a beautiful message. Thank you so much.
And
I
thank
wa-
Meenakshi, the music was great.
yeah, I've shared the link over there. Tavita, uh, one thing that happened, and I think that's why the last part of your meditation, because when we went out into space and we were floating, and suddenly I heard uh, almost like a bat, like it's like a shriek, you know.
Yeah,
Uh, and I thought that because maybe because Raghav and I had been talking about tardigrades, they're the very tiny things and they can survive space. I said, I'm hearing them. And then I said, but the sound is like, it's not a pleasant sound. So, and I'm saying, Meenakshi, what are you doing here? Why are you hearing these sounds? I said, but I'm hearing them and I have to listen to them. And then after the music, you said, if you think that something is not for you, you can just say, no, this is not for me.
yeah,
I think that's why maybe it came that you started saying those things. Because normally after the music, you take us out and then you took us in again.
Yeah,
Mm.
I always have to say something. They always have to say something because it's it's bringing where the collective of us are, and it's honoring those who are with us in other spaces and bringing it down to kind of like a closing for some reason.
Yeah.
And that's why I mean, it brought me to tears. What has been given, what you gave me, and how I connect, which I did
Ah,
earlier,
yes.
and now how I'm doing that opening and that connection for everyone. And as you open and expand, that connection is like it's it's amazing. It's just
See, the gift of you, Tavita, is that you are so open and free and honest in the way that you present it. So we see your mastery and we see your surrender. at the same time. It's never a full, it's not a surrender in a, I don't know how to put it, but it's an openness. It's a surrender to opening. And so you bring these amazing messages, but they could really only come through you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
Well,
You're
that was amazing. That was that was
Can I share
really
my New Year?
beautiful.
Can I share my New Year? Because I
Yes.
felt this is what one of the things that happened is that at the New Year's breakfast, which I'm going to describe how it came about, one lady said, may the rest of our year be the way it is now." And I said, "It is, no, may it be very peaceful and wonderful." I said, "It already is." Just imagine that there were people from like 6 countries. uh, Many of us knew one another, and many of us had never met anyone. We were meeting for the first time. There were people from 7 years to 70, and it was just about 10 or 15 of us. It was like magic. I said, "This is what I hadn't even ever dreamt about." And it has happened. And it was a hiker knows at La Chacana, and we went for the New Year's Eve. I almost didn't go because I was a little tired after having gone for sunset. And so they're all calling, "Minakshi, are you on your way? Have you reached? You feel so loved, you know? I mean, okay, people actually care that you are also there." And then we had a beautiful sound healing with a sound healer who later will be coming to one of our events next week, next month. And then we did a despacho ceremony, which is from Peru. Hiker has seen it. Maria did it, who you know, Maria. So we all gave gifts to Mother Earth, which are her own grains and her own food, and then you put it all together in a packet and you give it to the fire in a sacred way. So this is the way you give gratitude. So we did that. We had music by the fire. We went off to sleep in beautifully made beds. Some people were outside, and so they had tents. And the next morning, we're having this fantastic, I mean, just together. And then the whole day long, most people left. They wouldn't let me come away. They said, "No, you have to stay." And we just relaxed, and in the hammock and in the sun and in the jacuzzi. It was like I mean, like being in a resort. It is a resort, but people tending and caring and loving.
yeah. I
I
Nice.
didn't
just feel
know
so
you
blessed.
spent the time over at the Chacana.
Yeah,
Oh, I love this place. It's
yeah.
little paradise.
We are so blessed. I felt so blessed. So much love in this world. You know,
Yeah,
There
and
is.
I met them through having my retreat over there. So in that sense, it's a business relationship. But that it's not how it evolves. It evolves in such a beautiful, friendly way. And I think, and what I like is this is the way I see the business of the future. In a way, it seems like very close communities, but people you know and you like one of them was a hairdresser, one of them owns a company, you know. So and so we all said, "Okay, we're gonna own something with you, and I need my house remodeled, so I'm going to be calling you, you know." And in our retreat, I'm going to be calling the person who came and did the sound healing meditation. So this is the way we just these are the small communities which will, I think this is the way of the future. We
Yes.
expanded and now we are going to be, but in communities not of the same country people, but of like vibration of soul.
yeah.
Yes. Community
Yeah,
pulling together differently.
yeah,
That's
differently.
beautiful.
Yeah. Very good.
Where are you living, Tavita? Where are
Pardon?
you living? Where are you living?
Oh, I'm living in Sarasota, Bradenton, on the west coast of
Mhm.
Florida. Yeah.
Wonderful.
And yes, yes, I'm so blessed to be here because we we can go out, um, and um, you wear masks when you go into a store, maybe or maybe not, but
Yeah.
it's free, it's light, it's and there's so many different people here now. I mean, we have people, it's gotten very crowded. We have people from up north, from out in California. It's getting much more crowded,
Okay.
but it's still lovely.
But over here in Germany, for New Year's, we were not allowed to meet. I mean, only two families could meet.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
we're not allowed to, for the firecrackers, they didn't sell them. So they closed. Over here, lots of shops are closed. You're not able, only for food. Food is open, and um, it's not easy. Even if you drive in a car with somebody else, you have to wear a mask. And the schools are closed,
wow.
and they started the vaccination. Even they know that it won't help the virus. It just might help not to die. I mean that you are not going to be sick that way. That is what they tell us. I'm a
Well,
practitioner, and I'm because of my also my leukemia, and I got it because of vaccination. I don't trust this.
no.
I'm on the opposite side. I tell you, or I tell everybody, if you are a healthful person, why should you get a shoot? Why
Right.
should you put something inside which is chemical or whatever? Why should you do this? You have your own healer inside. And um, so they started vaccination mostly for elderly people in the quick care houses, and they even don't know. So they um, they are spreading fear everywhere,
Yeah.
and like every half an hour, you can hear it over radio. It's like you should get a vaccination with the better and
Oh
things like
my goodness.
that. And um, it's not so. They do it in a friendly way, but if you know what is behind,
Yeah.
and I believe in all of this, and I see. I was in the beginning. I was getting angry, and I was, why can they? Why are they doing this? If you know people who are working also with television and everything, and there is not everybody is invited anymore. You can't hear somebody else is not the same opinion. So it's only one-sided, only this.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I got like this. And if you are able also to use other channels, YouTube and Google and
Yeah.
everything is all the same. So, but if you go to Telegram, I'm not sure if they are listening now, because you're getting the sense of, you never know. But via Telegram, you can get other information, and if you know how to get the other information, then yeah. And but then we was like, I was getting angry because I thought, what are they doing? They are telling the people everything is okay, and we have an enemy, and this enemy is COVID. So we have to have a vaccination, and not only once, you have to use it twice. You don't even know what side effects and everything. It was really, really fast when they got it.
Yeah.
Normally, it's 8 years to
Hmm.
get a vaccination. And then people said, "Oh no, maybe I don't want to be a guinea pig. And then now they are telling you, oh, it's so good. And they are, it's very trustful and you have to do it. And I was like, ugh, the people don't ask, they just accept. And I was getting so angry. And then I had this other energy, I had this mainstream people say, don't ask, just do it. And then here's the other ones who are fighting for our rights, for civil rights and everything. You heard maybe of Berlin that people were on the streets and
Oh,
they
I didn't know.
police
Oh,
law.
really?
Oh, lots of them. It's not only Berlin, the big cities, lots of the people protesting.
Hmm.
And they had, and the police had the water pouring on them, this really like if you are shooting a fire or
In winter.
and they were just on the on the
Yeah.
crowd, even in it's winter time, and they
Yes.
are it's they are really fights here over in Germany, but you don't hear in media. You never hear it because they are taking it out. YouTube, everything,
Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. I
and it's
I I
over
know,
all Europe.
yeah,
It's
because I thought they were. I thought I heard because Andrew listens to BBC. And so I'm glad to see that you have, it's not just the states that have people who are kind of brainwashed or just go along. I guess the thing is, as we journey into ourselves, and as we can think logically, and as we want to be holistic for human life,
yeah,
we can see what's happening. But many cannot connect. And that's why we're doing the work. And that's why I understand your frustration. But I just stand up and I just speak my mind without getting upset or angry. I just speak my mind because this is the way it is, and we know the truth. So we want to be in that presence with light and trust. And to hear that this is happening overseas um, means that there are people who are awake, who understand. And I just, we're going to have something happen on the 5th of Jan, whatever date it is, in Washington.
yes,
People are going to just, because I guess in the light and dark, it's all light. And there are times when there's no necessarily one right way.
Yeah.
And
I,
so
yeah.
therefore you have to say, and I think going back to when they said no to me, and I'm going, no, you got to say no, right? You say no,
yes,
and you stand in your respecting yourself so that others can respect and have integrity. And that's really interesting to hear that there are people around the world that know what's happening and are working with the light.
Yeah.
So,
and it
Towards the end, also when you was, yeah, sorry, Heike, go ahead.
and it's also like a lesson. People have to learn also lessons. So I could step back and I could see there is light and shadow and accept it. And with my love, not only accept, okay, you can be there, but to accept it with love. And there is a purpose. Also, the people who are standing up, there are lots of them who just go with them because they like fighting.
right.
We have also the other side, but then I decided to myself, I was thinking, should I stand up? Should I go to Berlin? Should I do this? And then I found myself and asking myself, and I said, okay, there are people who need to fight to do this, but I'm a light worker. I'm working in my surrounding, connecting with my people, my groups, and helping them to relight a fire or to have it in a higher frequency. You know, when I meet people and I see like they have their face, you could tell there's no joy. Then I'm the reminder that I am reminding them, if you breathe in, you should breathe joy in. Think about your happiness. You have to cultivate it. You have to think about it each day and be thankful that you are living. Each time you are like breathing, then you know you are alive with your breath. And you should be grateful.
Right.
Yeah.
Meenakshi?
Yeah, what I'm realizing is that, like what all of us are saying in a way, is that what is the internal environment? So if your internal environment, I realize in myself, if for fear I don't take the vaccine, then it's the same as for fear if I do.
Yeah.
So I think that's why towards the end, when you were saying, Tavita, that all these new technologies are coming, and in a way, this is also a new technology, though it may seem to be biological. That all these things that are coming in, they're coming for expanding our consciousness. So we don't know how it will play out. For example, if my husband's in India and I'm here, and they mandate that you cannot travel unless you take a vaccine, what will I decide then? And
Yeah,
which of
same
us
with
will
me.
decide to take it or not to take it, or decide that this is it and we won't meet in this lifetime? So we
Right.
don't know how things will play out. But the crucial thing here is the internal environment, because we know that all these years we've been eating poison, but we're still healthy and fine. We are okay. Our world has been poisoned. People live in poisoned areas where they are told don't go for a walk because the air outside is worse. It's better to smoke than to go outside. It's that bad. But they are still alive and healthy. They're
And
still
that's
living,
that's
they're living to old age.
and that's what today is about, that
Yes.
we carry the energy of God consciousness.
Yeah.
There is some reason, and that's, I think that's what was, they want us so to understand that.
Yeah. Yeah.
When I went in Singapore, I went out and there's dengue, and to me there wasn't a problem because I was source connected.
Hmm.
However, I
Hmm.
do know, well,
Hmm.
first of all,
Hmm.
people are getting HIV from the vaccine. Um,
Hmm.
yes, because the vaccine is,
What
it's,
is HIV?
um, HIV is the blood disease that
That AIDS, the one that is.
AIDS, yeah, it's a blood disease that people pass on through sex and things like this. With COVID, it was COVID to HIV.
Oh, hi, Itau. Yes, of course,
Yeah.
I know.
So
Yes,
but people are now getting
AIDS.
AIDS, and you certainly don't want to be the guinea pig. That's why we're changing our frequencies. I know that if I stay at a resonance, I can be fine. I also know that this body will probably not, we can think of COVID coming in and dilute it if we can, some way with our mind consciousness, like we do with food, right? The food's there. We put in divine light, not our love, because our love is kind of not, doesn't, some people have love that, different frequencies, but let's just put in God's love, source love, onto the food. and then you can eat it. If you keep resonating, but if by any chance you're not resonating or your body isn't, and you take the vaccine, you can have a lot of problems. So I think like you said, that's, I think, what they were saying. We're going to have to adjust our physical bodies, but that may take a little bit of time.
Well, with my, I've talked about also about leukemia. I did, it started at the age of 30, and I did lots of things. I tested on myself, and I was going on this path. If there are people who could overcome totally. I mean, look at me. I'm full of life. I have lots of energy, more energy than I had at the age of 30.
Same.
Yeah, but if you look at the blood test, then the doctor say, my goodness, that does not fit, to your blood test. You should be like a sick person. And they would love to hide me because of these problems right now. And it's so I was thinking, what is this right now? It's not the blood test. Okay, if I have less white blood cells, there might be not so many of them like you have, but they are doing a good work. So they, they are little light workers of God. So what, and I was talking to Nina the same. She said, I take it if I have to take the vaccine to go to Germany to see my daughter. I don't hesitate. I take it. And I take it and it's good. It won't harm me. And that is for sure. That is also what I think. Maybe if it's like they want to inflate something in your body to control, we are getting even better than them.
Yes.
You know what I mean? We have to overcome this. We have to overcome this fear. If technology is getting better, we are also getting better using all the brain, all the energies, and the connection
Yes.
with God, with everything.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. That was wonderful.
Yeah,
That was a brainstorm today.
yeah, I love it. What a beautiful start to the new year.
Yes.
Yeah,
And thank you,
thank you.
Meenakshi, and everybody for being here. Have a great week. And this was a real blessing. Thank you. Thank you, Meenakshi.
Thank you.
Thank you.